For this video, I wanted to cover Verdun, France. This is one of many places that there's information here and there on the web about it being haunted, but not a whole lot of it is in English. So what I'm trying to do is more or less add to that with my own personal experience provided in English and some of my own personal photographs. Now we need to first look at where Verdun, France is exactly. It's located pretty much equal distance between Paris, France, and Frankfurt, Germany. It's not very far at all from Luxembourg, as shown on the map here. This was 1916, during World War I, and the German army decided to attack the French at Verdun, where these historic fortifications were. The goal of the attack was to bleed the French army white. During the course of this battle, nearly 400,000 souls, French and German, would lose their lives during it. What you see here in these photographs is the Douaumont ossuary. Nearly 200,000 skeletons are buried there, of combination French and German. All of these souls were unidentified bodies. And in front and around the ossuary is the cemetery, where all French primarily are buried. And you'll notice Muslim graves from the Algerians that served during in the French army during this battle, also buried there. What we're looking at here is Fort Douaumont. That's what this battle was fought over and what it was really about. The French held the fortification, then the Germans attacked, and they held it. Then the French counterattacked and they took it again. During this battle, I think somewhere over 2,000 souls were lost in it, most of whom were Germans who died because a cooking fire fell over and caught a whole bunch of flamethrowers on fire, and it caught the interior of the bunker on fire. Now we finally get to the ghost picture here, and I did not take this photograph. My friend did, and he had a camera very similar to mine. He was reviewing the photographs every time after he took each one. It was a digital, of course. And he turned to me and showed me to it. If you pay attention over to the left-hand side, you'll see a skeleton face, then a skeleton chest going down, and almost like a skeleton hand reaching out towards us. If you look around on YouTube, you'll find a lot of videos, mostly in French, about Verdun, France, and how haunted the battlefield is. Most of the battlefield, by the way, is preserved, and I'd say an American equivalent to a national forest. There's really no one who lives out there. They planted a forest that kind of has mostly grown up around the battlefield. Craters everywhere, there's trenches everywhere still, and I think they said, there's one estimate, it was impossible for them to remove all unexploded ordnance that's out there. I think they said there's like 7 shells for every square meter out there, many of which did not go off. Some did, some didn't. They have no idea how many are out there still. It's a neat place to go. It is. You pretty much do need to rent a car to go out there because this location is not. It's kind of difficult to explore the battlefield unless you're in a vehicle. You can take a train to Verdun, as close as you can get, but the battlefield is in the vicinity around it. This is on the east side of Verdun. On the west side of Verdun, for all Americans who are watching, that is where the Battle of the Argonne Forest was at. And that's famous. It was the first major offensive in a European war in U.S. history, and it effectively made the United States a superpower. The other interesting thing to note about the Argonne Forest is it's famous for the Lost Battalion is out there. That's where future President Harry Truman fought at as well, and where future General Patton fought with his tanks as well as out there. So it's an area with a lot to see. A lot of monuments as well are located out there, and these photographs here show the various different ones from the American side along with the French and German. There was, in this particular battlefield that this ghost picture is from, there's no Americans that fought in. The Americans we were not involved at that point.